All right, so for the diagonal sit, I'm always going to be sitting with my left on my left side. So my left knee is going to be right out in front of me. It's not out to here. It's not all the way turned over. It's directly out in front of me. And then from there, I'm going to have my right knee in contact with my left foot. So I'm not in like a full 90-90 position where I'm here. I kind of have this front leg, so this left leg, it's not a 90-degree angle, it's more bent, more like 45s. And then I'm bringing that right knee up to my left foot, and then I'm pulling my right knee so it matches the angle of my left. I'm pulling my right leg so it matches the angle of my left leg. So from above, I'll just show it real quick just so you can kind of get an idea. It's looking kind of like this. So instead of like a 90-90 where I'm more here, everything's connected and I'm there. So that's the lower body setup at least. So left knee directly out in front of me, right knee in contact with my left foot, everything's connected. This angle matches the angle up here. And then from here for the low diagonal sit, I'm going to have a straight line from my right knee, left knee, and where I place my left hand. So if I were to draw a line right through here, it's right about, I'd have my left hand right about here. So that's where I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna have all that weight on my elbow. I still wanna stay grounded though through my left sit bone. So I don't wanna be rolling like way off to the side here where I get like most of my weight on the outer part of my hip. I want it still like on my sit bone. So I wanna stay within my base of support there. So left hand's in line with the angle of the left leg. And then from there, I'm taking this right arm and I'm gonna place it right out in front of me to the point, I want you to reach long, but I don't want you to have to turn into it. So it's gonna be right about, it's gonna be in contact with your left hand. The camera angle isn't picking it up, I'll scoot back a little bit. But so it's gonna be right beside your left hand. And then with that right arm, you're gonna be reaching long and away from the floor. So I'm reaching my arm this way and my trunk stays back. And I'm not crunching my thorax to do this. I'm staying nice and level with my spine. My spine doesn't really bend forward. I'm just reaching long and away from the ground with that hand. So that's the upper body. And then this right knee, I wanna push it down and away. I wanna push it down in the ground slightly and away from me. So it's kind of like I'm coming out of a cut on that right side. That's kind of the action I wanna mimic with that right leg. So I got the hand here, got the left hand in line, and I'm gonna reach that knee ever so slightly, like a 2 to 3, maybe 4 out of 10, reach down and away. You're just gonna feel a little bit of muscle activity on the back side of your hip, just a tiny bit. I don't want it on the side of the hip here. That means you're trying a little bit too hard, just a little bit. Gonna reach down and away. I'm gonna reach long with this right hand away from the ground and not tilt over my thorax. So I'm reaching down and away, and then reaching away from the ground with this right hand. And I'm going to hold all those positions, making sure I'm still heavy on my left sit bone, and take big deep breaths there. So I'll do one full breath here. And especially on that breath in, if we have our reach right with our right hand, we're going to feel this area fill up with a lot of air. We're going to feel a lot of expansion occurring there. Then on the lower body, we want to feel some opening of this region here. So you might feel a slight stretch either below or above the hip, and then you're gonna feel that little bit of muscle activity on the back side of your hip as you're reaching that right knee down and away.